Alright guys, so today I wanted to cover the topic of forgiveness and how that can be really powerful for in your life. So yeah, you ever just hold on to something for way too long, or someone hurt you, and even though they moved on, you're still holding on to that kind of anger. I used to do that a lot, and I thought holding resentment would give me control, but it was in reality it was actually weighing me down. And I'm not saying that forgiveness means what happened was okay, and you know it just means you're done letting that space take over your mind. And the power of forgiveness is, it's really crazy, to be honest. And you know I didn't really learn about this pretty much my whole life. I never really truly forgave somebody and let go from the past. And like when that really happens, it's pretty crazy. I think the first time I really forgave somebody was somebody that really did me dirty. I think it was when my very first girlfriend. Well, she's my girlfriend now, but I remember when she broke up with me. The craziest thing happened was that I I was on vacation, and I had no idea there was no problems or issues really or anything like that. And I was on vacation for 2 weeks with my family, and when I came back, my ex pretty much brought everything on me and saying yeah, she wanted to break up. And I was like, what? I was really shocked, of course, that happened. But and it really left me very vulnerable. It was pretty terrible. It was not good. But you know after that event happened, it took me a while to get things in control and stuff like that. And yeah, we ended up breaking up. But after that, I was thinking in my head how could she do this? How could she do something so cruel? And it was just so I just didn't have it coming. I was just wondering oh, why me? Why did this happen to me? And I also started to just blame myself and everything. But it was really hard at first to forgive her, because pretty much my whole reality of what I wanted to do and plan for the future was all gone. And it wasn't even my choice. And that really hurt. That really hurt a lot. But learning how to forgive really helped me. Forgiveness is it's like carrying a backpack, and once you let go of it, just a weight lifts off from your chest, pretty much. And that's really what matters. You feel more at ease and lighter. Oh, look, it's snowing. Hey. And yeah, once I started letting go about what happened with me and my ex-girlfriend, it just gave me a lot more peace in my life, and I felt less stressed, and I was more focused on the future instead of the past. And that really that really helped a lot. And so yeah, like, you know, forgiving others doesn't mean you have to trust them again, or it doesn't mean that you have to be friends with them. But um, you know, yeah, forgiving them, just it doesn't mean that you have to let them back in. And you know, you can forgive and still choose to keep them out of your life. And um, it's not about forgiveness isn't about them or the other person. It's about you deciding that, you know, their actions and or whatever they say, it doesn't control you anymore. And that's like the biggest thing. You know, when my ex-girlfriend, yeah, she broke up with me, like, I was constantly in my head just running through my mind, like, oh man, like how could she do this to me? And it was really hard. It was really hard for like a good while since it was my first girlfriend, and the first couple of months were like really terrible, and it was just not really that enjoyable. And that really, you know, shaped my world. It really like shifted my mind and how I thought things. And yeah, so moving past that though, it really freed me up, and I was able to look at life a lot differently again and a lot better. And you know, I don't blame her for what she did. You know, like obviously, um, it's not something I would have done, but um, yeah, I don't hold any resentment or anything towards her for what she did. You know, and that's really helped me grow into somebody better. And um, it's just made my life a lot more peaceful, knowing that I don't have to control, or I don't have these negative emotions inside me, and it makes things a lot easier. So moving on from that, I think another huge part of forgiveness is um, forgiving yourself. And I think that's the hardest person to forgive. Like, it's yourself. And at least, like, that was true for me. You know, there were times when I made mistakes, and times I let people down, and I didn't live up to even my own expectations of where I wanted to be and who I wanted to be. And it really just kept, like, I wasn't really learning from it. I just kept beating myself up from it, and that really that that hurt a lot. It didn't make me grow as a person, or it didn't help anybody around me either. And it's really hard to forgive yourself, especially when there's something you regret, or stuff like that. Um, it's never fun. But what I realized is, if I keep reliving my mistakes, then I'm never gonna grow from them. And every time I failed, you know, I learned something. And even if I messed up, say even in like a test or something, or I messed up, doing this certain task that I was told from my parents or something like that. Um, I messed up, and I learned from it, and I got a little bit better. And so it's not about necessarily being perfect, but it's about making peace with your past, and to forgive yourself, and move forward. And so if there's something that you regret, then take the lesson from it, forgive yourself, and move on. Because if you don't forgive yourself and you just keep wallowing in the regret, then that's gonna just make you miserable. And why would you want to be miserable? Like, it's really just gonna eat you alive, and it's just keep you down. So you don't want to stay in that type of mindset. And even like now, right? Like, another story that I have. This isn't from this isn't my own personal story, but recently a close friend of mine he was talking to me about some things that one of his other friends, who I'm also friends with, those two, there's something going on between them, and they're not necessarily happy with each other, you could say. And the friend that I was talking to, you know, there's just been some bad things going around, that's been said about him, and he doesn't really appreciate that, and you know, it's really hurting him, and he doesn't like that. But um, he told me he's gonna, you know, talk to the other friend, and you know, try and work things out and make things right. But I remember when I was talking to him, I told him that, you know, he should learn to forgive, and you know, even though that guy like may have did him dirty, you know, he should learn to just forgive it, because that was really holding him back, and from, you know, seeing the proper way of how to fix things and how to make things better for both of them. And I think, yeah, forgiveness is just, you know, one of the most powerful things like a person could do, and everybody should learn how to forgive. Okay, so let's say you know now that forgiveness is important, right? Forgiveness is important, but you just don't necessarily know how to forgive. So I've been there too, and I'm still working through here's some things that I wrote down, and hopefully that can help you guys forgive yourselves or forgive other people a lot easier. So the first thing is writing writing things down. You want to put your emotions on paper, and that'll help you process things instead of letting them sit in your head and just do nothing. That'll just make your mind clear, and I feel like when you get your emotions out on paper, it's like you're leaving them there. You're getting it all out of your system, and that really just helps a lot. Another thing that's helped is shifting your perspective, and sometimes realizing that people hurt others because of their own issues and not because of you. That really helps make it easier for you to let go. There's no light. I need to go back and get some wood. Anyways, but the next thing that I would say is learning to meditate and journal. Like meditate or journal, I guess. Now this is still something that I have to, work through, as I haven't really been meditating or anything like that. But I have meditated in the past before, and it has really helped, control my, control my emotions, and make things a lot better. And yeah, so just sitting down like in the morning or whenever you have time, even 5 minutes, or even just like a single breath, um, you know, uh, of just reflecting on what you're holding on to and why you're holding on to it. Um, that's something that can help you to start like letting go. Just reflecting on it and understanding why you feel like that really helps. And very last thing I want to say is, just give it time. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight, especially when it's something really significant, and it's a process, just like anything else. So, or like a skill, it's like a skill to learn. So, just give it time, and it's not gonna happen right away, but um, yeah, it's as long as you keep doing it though, like every day, and you keep working through it, then you'll get through it one day. You'll be able to learn and forgive, and it's just not like a switch that you can flip. And yeah, Alright, I gotta get out of here. Ay. Good. Yeah, it's just something that, you know, forgiveness is something I just wanted to talk about because it's just been on my mind for past couple of days, and um, you know, I just wanted to talk about it and just, yeah, I just want to talk about it and, help you guys. Hopefully, it might give you some special help or like any tips on if you're going through anything. Because, yeah, I just realized like it's just something really powerful. Because like when you learn to forgive, like your mind and like even just your whole life in general, just like it just becomes so much more clearer, and you can start to look forward to the future instead of like regretting on the past or thinking about the past so much. It's just really helpful. It's because why would you want to stay stuck in the past when you want to keep moving forward, so yeah, I mean, how do I get out of this cave, man? Oh, I think up here. Alright, well, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. um, so yeah, I'll see you in the next video.